Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CUP Ringside, where we give you the best seat in the house on all things WWE, most things wrestling. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. I am drinking on a little bit of this water here that I have left. That's all I really wanted. But what I do have and what I do want, and what I know you all want, is your cup mug. And since it's just me, it's a panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs. For um, yeah, you can get your cup mugs or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. So you want to get your cup merch. Period. Yeah, get your cup merch. I'm just looking at stuff, but anyway, you want to get that. We know how us wrestling fans we love our merch. So support the cup and get your merch. Period. I'm here to talk about Crown Jewel. This is our recap show. It's just me. And you know what? It's okay that it's just me. You know why I don't mind it's just me? Because it should be just me. Because I am the winner of the predictions here on the cup. I predicted the most matches correctly. So I am the reigning queen, as always, even though Brooke claims to be the reigning queen of the cup because of the queen and the queen, whatever. But I have won two. I think, no, I didn't win the last one. I'm about to say two back to back, but no, not back to back. But I won this one. So right now, I'm the queen. And every day I'm the queen. Let's just be honest. I'm the queen every day. But I won the most predictions. So it being me just seems fitting and suiting because I'm the only one that matters. Or, but I do appreciate the panel for sending in their predictions, even though they were wrong. And I was right. Bam. But we're going to get into it. And I'm just going to say this. For overall, for Crown Jewel, I think this was the better Crown Jewel PLEs, in my personal opinion. It was one of the better ones, but it was still Crown Jewel. It was still a Saudi show, so it was still just it was good. It was decent. I will give it a decent overall. It was decent. I watched it. I enjoyed some parts of it more than others, but I was happy with how the matches were treated for the most part. Um, can't say I was, it was one of the best PLEs. I won't say that. Like I'm not gonna give it just 10s, but some matches were really good. Some matches were all right. It was good. It was decent matches. I don't think there was a match that I was like, oh, that's so bad. Like I don't think there was a bad match, but it was just I think everybody came who and did what they were supposed to do, and it was a decent. I would say a pretty good PLE. A pretty good PLE. One of the better ones for Crown Jewel, I will say. For certain. Um, but I'm gonna pull up my slides, but they didn't put everybody's like winners banners up. So I didn't put them up. But we'll just go through them you know, we'll just go through them how um the best way. Oh no, not that one. Oh no, not that one either. I mean, of course, I love seeing me, but it's not about me. Mm, eh, I guess I'll be this small. It's fine. It's about Crown Jewel. It's about the slides. Anyway, not about me. But yes, we're talking Crown Jewel. We're talking and we'll go in the order of the matches. And so we're going to start off with the bloodline match that started the show, which I was very shocked about. I did not think this match was going to start the show off, but hey, why not? Strong match. My prediction was that the new bloodline was going to win. And of course, like I said, I was right. Um, but everybody who sent in predictions, we all said the new bloodline was going to win. It only made sense for the new bloodline to win because we needed motivation for this rivalry to continue and for it to get uh, more pieces of the puzzle together. Because they had to show their dominance. Like this new bloodline has to show their dominance because they have lost a lot of matches. And it's like, if they keep losing, why are who's scared of them? Who's going to be fearful of a bloodline that continuously loses? And the only thing they can do is attack people from behind. Like not a, it's not the flex that you want when you're trying to show your dominance. And so I thought they were going to win the new bloodline, but the match itself was really a decent match. We saw from the beginning. I knew this was how it was going to play out because the new bloodline comes out all together, of course, very unified. Um, the OG bloodline, Roman and Jimmy, comes out first. I mean, of course, because this is all new and Jay is on his own now, and he comes out by himself. And it was like the moment his music hit and the crowd reacted and erupted for Jay, you could see the haterade in Roman's face because he was basking in the glory of when he was coming out and the OTC chants was going on and everybody was OTC, OTC. He was just like, yes, taking it in, savoring the moment. And then Jimmy's music hit and the crowd gave even a bigger ovation. And you saw Roman is like not used to that, not used to being not the best, not the favorite of everybody, and especially not Jay. And so it was like you could see hmm. And he kind of like mugged Jay from the time he was in the audience to he got to the ring and was doing the whole yeet thing. It was wild, and so I was like, I see that. I don't know if I like that. I mean, Jimmy, of course, was grooving and loving it. Was like, yeah, my brother is back. Da da da. Roman was kind of, he ain't like that. He ain't like that. And I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna go the way. This is gonna go just the way I thought it was gonna go. The match itself was really good, back and forth. Everybody had moments to shine. It was just Solo, Jacob, and Tamatonga. Uh, uh, they were the three, but of course, it was going to be a 4-on-3 situation happening because Loa was not going to just sit down and on the ringside and just watch. She was definitely involved in the match throughout. Um, but everybody had moments that I thought were really good and was shining, and it was looking like, yeah, we'll go, it was going back and forth. But of course, the numbers, it always catches up to the people who are short, and the new bloodline ends up winning the match. But after the match, they attack Roman still, they attack Jay, and Solo was about to put the chair on Jay's neck to try to end take him out for a while. But right when he was about to do that, Sami Zayn's music hits, so he comes out and he's standing in the ring, and Solo is like holding back the bloodline. Is like, wait, we gotta see what he go do. Because he Solo had been talking to Sammy and was like, you are welcome into the bloodline if you want. And Sammy was like, looked like he was about to accept it. He will open his arms up to go hug him and then put him in a toss him in like a German suplex type of deal, and he took out the rest of the people in the ring and helped Jay, and Jay got out the chair, and they all fighting, and they taking out people, and Roman gets back in, and Jimmy gets back in, and everybody's brawling, and Solo is after everybody's knocking everybody out the ring. Solo is left in the ring by himself, and he is looking around, and he's just all alone with the OG bloodline back together. And Roman was going in for a spear, and Sammy was going in for a kick, and Solo moved, and Sammy kicked Roman in the face. And Jimmy was like, "What did you do that for? What was you doing that for?" So Roman's mad, Jimmy's mad. Jay is like, "He didn't mean it." He's trying to play peacemaker, like, "Let's calm down, calm down." And Sammy is like, "Whatever. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. I came out here to help, blah, blah, blah." And that's how that ended. Solo laughing because he got the best of them, and it's now a riff with Sammy and Jimmy and Roman, and then Jay is right back to trying to play peacemaker again. It's just like the more things change, the more things stay the same. Um, so we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see how that plays out. If we're gonna get Roman on Raw at some point, or is Sammy going to SmackDown at some point, or what? But they're gonna have to cross paths again because this is not over. The old bloodline, OG bloodline has a lot to work on to get themselves back on in sync. And so that is a lot on that. But new bloodline wins, just like we knew. But we move to the next match of the night, which was the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Champions. Um, Jakari Jackson and Lash Legend versus Kyrie Singh and Io Sky versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus the champs Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I was worried about this match. I was worried, not gonna lie. I was worried that they were going to give them like 7 minutes and everything was going to feel rushed. I mean, we saw that the last PLE, everything just felt so rushed. The women's championship match got hardly any um, time to do what they needed to do, and it just felt so rushed. Sorry, it felt so ugh, and I was so angry about it, so angry about it. I was like, "Ooh, no. Mm, how dare you? How dare you do these women like this? These very talented women who are trying to give and tell a great story, and you give them like 5 minutes of time." It was just so bad. But I'm happy to say that they did not give them the 7 minutes. They actually gave them a good amount of time to do everything that they needed to do to tell their story. And this was actually a really good match. I enjoyed it very much. We saw Io and Kyrie doing what Io and Kyrie do. They fly. They were giving us good spots, high flying. It was really good. Um, we saw the strength from Bianca and Jade, and we already hear in the commentary how they're trying to divide them a little bit. So I still think we're going to end up getting them separated at some point. But Bianca and Jay were working really well together. Piper and Chelsea, we got some good moments from Chelsea, actually, giving us some good wrestling moves. Piper was doing what Piper does, just dominating when she needed to. Um, and then we saw the Metaphor girls, Lash Legend and Kari Jackson, showing us why they are really good on NXT and why they are very up and coming and could jump to the main roster right now and be a really good tag team. I enjoyed this match so so much more than I expected, but very happy that it was the way it was. because everybody had moments to shine. Everybody showed their strengths. We had moments of everybody just flying all over the place and taking everybody out. It was moments where everybody was doing something when they were flying out of the ring. Kudos, chef's kiss. It was such a good match. But in the end, Bianca and Jade come out victorious for pinning Chelsea Green. Um, it was just a good match all the way around. I enjoyed it. I don't know about nobody else, but me personally, baby, I enjoyed it. I thought these ladies ate. I thought they did really well. We had a few botches. We had a few things, a few maneuvers that didn't go quite as planned. But that happens. But they covered it up really well. They did what they can. They kept it moving, kept it popping, and I thought they did really well. I was very, very impressed. I enjoyed this match with everything that I had. And I was like, "Okay, cool. This was this was fun to watch." And I thought everybody looked good in the match. Nobody walked away looking like, "Ooh, I don't know about them. I don't know about that tag team." They all look good. And this is what I like. I like to see people win matches and then the people who lose matches lose the match, but still look good in the process. So they lose, but they still win because they don't look weak. They don't look, like they can't be they can't be a really good, strong team. So I love that about them, and I'm very happy for this match. I'm very happy for these women, and I hope this division continues to thrive. I would love to see more women from NXT coming up, the tag team women coming up and making this tag team division a really strong division. And it's just we just have to have the writers know what to do with the tag team actually the tag teams on both the male and female tag team champions because it feels like the tag team belts are getting less and less important, and I want to make these more and more important. So, but I think this was a good match all the way around. Congratulations to Bianca and Jade for pulling it out. So let's move on to our next match, which was Bronson Reed versus Seth freaking Rollins. And this match started out wild right out the gate. Like Seth didn't even wait till the man got halfway down the ring, down the aisle before he charged him and they started fighting. This first part went on for about 7, 8 minutes before they even rang the bell because they were fighting outside of the ring, maybe even more than that. But they were fighting outside of the ring and was beating each other up and doing all this stuff. And finally, they get in the ring. The ring starts. We get tsunamis and super kicks and all like they were pulling out the stops on each other the entire time. Now I know some people on this panel was not happy with the outcome of this match. But me personally, I said that was going to happen and I predicted the winner of this match and I knew it because there's just certain people who are not going to lose the big match like this when but and here is the thing. I feel like both of these men won. Both of these men won because they literally put everything they had out there and they were giving each other every ounce of what they could do. And it was not working on anybody. I thought this was such a good match. It was such a good match between Seth and Bronson Reed. And it made me appreciate Seth more and respect Bronson Reed even more in this match. Seth won the match. Absolutely, he won the match. But it took 3 stumps. And and one was a super stump off the top rope. After the man got stumped on the steps, cut his side of his face, stumped him 2 more times, and then pinned him. And then Bronson Reed got right back up before they can even finish the replays and all that stuff. And Seth was walking up the ramp. Bronson Reed was back on his feet, just standing there. This man is a monster because that would have taken anybody out. They would have still been on the ground, still writhing around, still trying to figure out where they were. And he got right back up, which lets me know that this feud is far from over and I love it. I don't want this feud to end right now. I need him to go on a couple of more times, in my opinion, because they just it was so good to watch. They gave everything. Like Bronson Reed, here's the thing, and this is why I respect Seth, and this is why I respect Bronson, because like Seth came back with a plan because Bronson took him out with 6 tsunamis, broken ribs, and everything. Took him out. Seth comes back, goes after this man, and he kept getting beat down after beat down after beat down every week. Seemed like Bronson was taking him out. And then they get to Crown Jewel, and Seth is like more motivated than ever. He gives Bronson Reed everything he has. Bronson is giving him everything he had. And it was a good back and forth, a good back and forth. And it was like they had time to pin each other early, and both of them didn't take it when they could. And it was like, and even when they did, the other one was kicking out. So it was like, ooh, oh my God, who's gonna win this? What's gonna happen? And like I said, it took the 3 super kicks or stomps rather to take him out, take Bronson out, and he still was standing up before and he was like, "It ain't over. I'm still coming for you." And Seth is like on the ramp like, "You know where to find me. You know where to find me. I don't know what is wrong with you, but you know where to find me. And anytime you come for me, this is gonna be the same result. I'm gonna make you famous." And I was like, "Oh, all right, Seth, you take it. Okay, you gonna make somebody famous?" I love this. The determination in Bronson Reed just made me just like this is the kind of person I wanna watch. This is the kind of heel I wanna watch, and I will actually root for this, for him because I think he's so good. And he's so driven and so determined. Like he ain't letting nobody stand in his way. He made a point to say that he is not going to let people tell him how to get to wrestle. He's going to make his own way in this business, and he knows if he want to make it and be a feature at WrestleMania, he got to beat people like a Seth Rollins and others. And I think he's going to go down the road and start doing that. And I love it. I can't wait to see it. The path of destruction Bronson Reed goes on. And I hope he does get to be featured at WrestleMania. I'm excited for what Bronson Reed can do. He totally gained my respect in this match. And Seth Rollins is still amazing. And I know, like I said, I know some people are not happy that Seth Rollins won this match. I personally kind of figured he would. And I'm not mad that he did. I want, but I do want I would love to see this feud go on a little further, but if they decide to break it off and end the feud, that's fine too, because then I would love to see who's next in Bronson Reed's eyes, and let's just keep getting these different feuds for him and up and up and up until WrestleMania. Love it. Love it, love it. Bronson Reed, you gained my respect. Pretty much. Loved this match. Loved everything about it. I am not mad at it at all, at all. But Seth Rollins did win the match, and yeah, good on him. Let's move on to the next match, which when I can get my phone, right, which was the first ever Crown Jewel champion versus champion, Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. And honestly, I thought this match was good. I did. I thought this match was a good match as well. Um, Everything that I thought was gonna happen happened, except well, I said Liv was going to win this match. That was my prediction. Liv was gonna win the match with Tiffany, uh, with Tiffany cashing in on I thought she was gonna cash in on Nia, me personally. Um, and she tried. She tried. She tried several times to cash in. Um, and we're not particularly sure who she was gonna cash in on because both of them, Nia and Liv, were down at the time. But Liv did win this match with the help of Dom and Raquel, which we already knew was going to happen. But I will say, throughout the match, it was a good match before the interference and all that happened. It was a good match, a good back and forth. Liv held her own. Nia was doing what Nia does and dominating for a good portion. But then, of course, she would do something and hit, and it will give Liv a chance to exploit her mistake or a slip up or something, and then Liv will take control, Nia will get it back. It was a good back and forth. I thought it was a decent match for the two of them. It was fun to see champion versus champion um, have this moment and have this match. And in the end, it was Liv who won, like I said, according with help from Raquel and Dom. And Tiffany was a little bit of a distraction for Nia and for Liv, of course, because she's Miss Money in the Bank. Absolutely, she should be a distraction. And I don't, I need her to get to a point where she is not caring about Nia and her feelings. If Nia is the one she got to cash in on, which I particularly think she's probably going to do, then let it be. And it is what it is. Like I did, I cashed it in, and that's my prerogative to cash it in whenever I want to. And I cashed it in on you. So now it's Tiffy time for real. If she does that, I might respect Tiffy a little bit. Yeah. As of right now, not that much. Me personally, not a Tiffy time gal. If that's who you love, good. Love that for you, just not for me. Yeah. But Tiffany is not Tiffany. Maybe a foreshadow. Liv ended up winning this match. She is the first ever crown jewel champion. She was very emotional. Triple H comes out, gives her uh the new belt that she can't wear anywhere but in Saudi Arabia. It's on display at their little WWE thingy um, museum, I guess. So I still don't see the purpose of this belt for this show, but sure, sure. She gets a ring now that she gets to take back home. And that's nice. I'm sure it's worth some money. So she has that, and she has a belt that she won't ever wear. But she still has her own belt, so that's fine. But yeah, Liv wins. Good on her. Good match. Sure. Sure. Um, Up next, we have the match that never was. The match that didn't happen, which is funny because Topher actually said that the Liv and Nia match would be a no contest. And there was a no contest, it just wasn't that match. It was this match because this match never really ever started. And it just turned into a brawl between these two, just taking each other out, doing whatever. It started with Kevin hitting Randy with a chair doing his intro, and it just went haywire from there. Like they went from fighting in the ring, fighting outside of the ring, fighting in the audience. Officials were getting hit, referees knocked out. The general man Adam Pierce got RKO'd. The referee got a stunner. Um, and it was just wild. They just never, the match never happened. And it was just them fighting and brawling. And Kevin ended up going off the platform of the floor in the audience and down onto Randy, who was laying on the table with all the uh, electrical stuff and roadie stuff was. And so he jumped on him. Both of them are out. And the match just never happened. The match just never happened. So this just lets me know that they have future plans for them. They want to have this feud just continue to grow and bubble. And we'll probably see this in War Games. We'll probably see this at Survivor Series, if not, maybe Saturday Night Main Event in December or Royal Rumble in January. Who knows how long this feud is going to last, but it's definitely not over. It's really just beginning. And this is what Triple H was saying he was warning Randy about because Kevin has lost his mind a little. And so they knew he wasn't going to be sane. So that was that. That match, the match that never was, the match that just never happened. Um, we move to what I thought was probably one of the better matches of the night, which was the US Championship, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. And this match gave us a lot of high flying, very action packed, really good wrestling. Um, I enjoyed this because these are 3 talented men doing what they do, and they're very hungry. All of them are very hungry to prove themselves. Like, Carmelo just got here from NXT not too long ago, so he's still trying to show what he could do. He is him. Andrade just got back from his leave when he was off doing other promotions. Now he's back, so he's trying to prove himself that he was worth bringing back, and he still got it, and he was doing it. And then LA Knight, who is the US champion, but took some time to get to this point. He wasn't always at the top. And so now he's showing why he should have been there, why he's there now, and how he's going to stay that way. And this match just showed it. It was a lot of high flying, just a lot of action going on between the 3. Some good spots, some really good spots between them. And I enjoyed this match. I think this is probably my favorite match of the night because it was so much going on. And usually in matches where it's more than, the one-on-one matches is always a little, chaotic and busy, but this just flowed so well. I think they really whoever produced this match did a really good job producing it, and I feel like they played it out the right way it was produced. Like, they found their sweet spot and everything flowed how I like to watch wrestling matches. And it was just a really good match. I enjoyed it so very much. LA Knight ends up winning this match. He's still the US champion with a unique move that he pinned both of them, which I was like, "Wow, okay." That I hadn't seen that happen like that before, but it was a really good match. And I mean, I didn't expect to see title changes in at Crown Jewel, and we didn't get that, which is fine because we do have Survivor Series coming up next, and you know, a lot of stuff is gonna happen in between, so I didn't mind that we didn't get title changes happening at Crown Jewel, but I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was the most entertaining match for me, and I enjoyed it a lot. I was wrong. I think Brooke is the only person who said LA Knight was gonna win this match, and I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing the prediction show. I should have known that the titles were not changing hands, but I really just wanted Carmelo to win. And I always bet on black. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna be honest. But really did like Carmelo, and I really think Carmelo will be a really good United States champion, a really good heel United States champion. Um, because I feel like LA Knight is so over. He's like the face of all faces now. It doesn't matter with or without a title, he's gonna be fine at this point. But I really wanted Carmelo to win, and I really enjoyed Andrade in this match. I think he would be somebody who I'll be honest, I could watch Andrade and Carmelo fight 5 more times and not be sick of it, even though they have fought over the 7 times. And they have all been good matches. Like, they have all been good matches. Yes, I think it's time to let the feud go between those 2, but still, they have been really, really, really good matches between them, and they just feed off each other so well. So I'm like, I can watch it again. I can watch it many more times. But this was a really good match, lots of action. If you're watching this and you have not watched Crown Jewel, you should. And if you watch Crown Jewel and you kinda like, "I don't remember," go watch this match again. You will enjoy it. I think this is probably the one match I could rewatch on Crown Jewel and enjoy it still. It was just so good to me. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was action packed. And I'm not mad at the outcome. Not mad at the outcome. So there was that. And then our last match of the night, of course, was our champion versus champion match. If now let me into this one. Here we go. Our champion versus champion, Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, for the crown jewel champion. We all got this one wrong. All of us thought Gunther was winning. I thought Gunther was winning because I knew for sure Kevin Owens was gonna come out and mess this up. I knew for sure Kevin Owens was coming out and messing this up for Cody. But then again, don't know what I was thinking during the predictions because when you have such a title like the Crown Jewels Championship, the face of the company should be the person who wins the first ever Crown Jewel champion. And as much as we appreciate Gunther, and I like Gunther, I really, really like Gunther, and I really think he's a great, great wrestler. Cody Rhodes is the face of WWE right now. And Cody Rhodes is the ultimate face of WWE. And everybody loves Cody Rhodes. And if you're going to put a new champion on a already champion, the first ever, it probably is gonna go to the face of the place, and that is Cody Rhodes, and that is what happened. But not that this wasn't a good match and he didn't deserve. I think they both put on a really good show, for the Saudis, and it was a good back and forth. Um, Gunther doing what Gunther does, dominating a really good chunk of the match. Cody doing what he does, grit and clawing and scraping his way back out and taking over. And it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of taking each other to the limit. And it was a really good match. Just gonna say it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Um, it was good. It was fine. But in the end, it was Cody who came out victorious, and I'm not that mad because honestly, sure, they get a belt that they can't take home, and it'll be in the archives, and then but they get a ring. What great. He is continuing the legacy of the Rhodes family, doing something that a lot of his dad couldn't do. He winning championships, and he's doing all these other different things. So it was great for Cody to have that moment. Um, and I wasn't mad at it, but the match itself was a decent match. Not mad at the match, not mad at the outcome. I thought this was a good match all around. And yeah, Cody Rhodes wins. So that was that. Congratulations to Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan for being the first ever Crown Jewel champions. Um, and I guess they'll bring it out every time we do a crown jewel to see who's going to win the next champion. I don't know how they gonna do it. We'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, overall, I thought this was one of the better Saudi shows, but still, it was still a Saudi show, so it was kind of like, okay, cool. Um, I'm already looking forward to War Games. The Survivor Series. That's where my head was at right after Bad Blood. So I was like, "Oh, I forgot about this show," but it was decent enough, and it'll be good to see what happens and what comes from this. But I'm just ready for War Games to see what happens and how they're going to build off of the stories that they started. Um, and we won't have a long time to wait because before we know it, um, War Games will be here in about 3 weeks. So, we'll be back to talk about War Games and everything else. If you watch us for our weekly wrap-ups, we will not be doing a weekly wrap-up this week because of, election night, and so we will be focused on the election, and everything. And if you are a United States citizen, please do your due diligence and your civic duty and go vote if you haven't already. Um, but we won't be here Tuesday night. We'll be back next week to do our weekly wrap up and getting on with regularly scheduled programming. Um, but that's it. I'm done. I did all I can. I talked about it as much as I can. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. And I'm sure y'all don't want to hear nothing else from me. So I'm going to get out of here. But before I go, I know I didn't say this at the top of the show, but please subscribe to this channel. We are trying to grow our newly developed channel. We're still trying to grow. So if you're listening to us, please, 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 please subscribe to this channel and subscribe to all of our other channels. We are part of a network. All the links to all of our channels will be in the description below. So if you're a fan of drag or drag race, we have a channel for you. If you're a fan of competitive reality television, we have a channel for you. And if you are a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, we have a channel for you. So please go and subscribe to all of our channels. Share them, share all of the things. If you know some wrestling fans, if you have some thoughts about Crown Jewel, you can leave a comment below and share with your friends and let them know we are here to interact with you and get this wrestling community up and talking and having a good time. We are our audio podcast links will be down there as well as our Patreon. We have a Patreon to show early access and exclusive content across all four of our channels. So hit the subscribe button, yes. Follow our audio podcast links, follow our other YouTube channel links, follow our Patreon, and you can follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can follow me on Twitter, or my Instagram is right there. If you want to talk wrestling, if you're a fan of wrestling, give us a follow, give me a follow, and yeah, we're trying to grow this channel. Let us know what you want from our channel. Put it in the comments below as well. And while you're down there, get your cup merch. That link is also in the description below. So get your merch and all of those things. And guess what? We'll be back. Not this week, but next week to talk more WWE and more wrestling. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all. Cheers.